This is the Into the Paddock podcast.
Dutch driver continues his domination of Formula One. New Year's, Max Verstappen wins the season opener. He takes the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Sorry. I was just watching this Bahrain Grand Prix. I think I nodded off a little. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Into the Paddock podcast. Oh, God. Anyone else just had a really good nap? The first race of the F1 season, and I'm trying to cast my mind back. A short view back to the past.
A short view back to the past.
No, I'm trying to cast my mind back to a time where people were so unsatisfied after a first race of a season. We'll get to the stuff that's been happening off track after we've spoken about the race, but it's not been a very good week for Formula One, and this race didn't do much to win people back over.
No. The last few years of Formula One have definitely been a more civilized age, if you will, right? Compared to what's been going on over the past few seasons, or not few seasons, but few weeks, right? Just like, not only did the race suck, but just everything about Formula One is just like it's crumbling all at once.
It's just bad headline after bad headline.
Yeah.
And then, what they really needed was to come back and have a banger of a race to make people remember why all the politics and bullshit is worth it. But instead, what they put on was what they've been putting on for the last year. Complete boringness.
We say all this because we want to love this sport.
I don't anymore.
Right. I do. Maybe I don't speak for the two of you, but I do want to love this sport. I'm a fan of auto racing.
Yeah.
Right. Like I go to mud drags sometimes. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's got an engine and fucking wheels, I'm for it. And to have this be like the most public facing spectacle in our entire hobby of watching racing, I want more from it. I want it to be the pinnacle of motorsport. I don't want it to be a feeder series for sports car racing. Even though sports car racing is my most favorite part of sports, it's favorite because it's grassroots. Yeah. It's just dudes, right? If you can pay, you can play. I don't want it filled up with Formula One veterans.
Yeah.
I want it to be me. I want it to be you guys. I want it to be, the everyman. Let's get 100 Gregory Van Alsts in IMSA.
Yeah, because if we like it or not, Formula One is, as you say, the most public-facing form of motorsport. And if people see Formula One, which describes itself as the pinnacle, and sometimes it's the greatest spectacle in racing until a lawsuit takes place, if people see that and see it's bad, and they're led to believe that that's the best, then they're not going to watch others. And we obviously want people to not just get into Formula One, but to get into motorsport, to get into WEC, to get into IndyCar, to get into whatever they want. And that's simply not going to happen to as great of an extent as it could if Formula One is bad. So whilst I am almost at the point of just giving up on Formula One, if it weren't for the podcast, I wouldn't watch it. It needs to be good because it can be such a good source of growth for the rest of motorsport as a whole.
It's so infectious that my friends who watch Formula One won't watch IMSA even though they know somebody in the paddock. My mom doesn't watch IMSA races, but she'll pop on F1 every once in a while. It's like it's that infectious, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is the Into the Paddock podcast.